This is AC Addison Cook for my informative speech, for me talking to a computer. The dinosaur bones are a hoax. They're a massive scientific conspiracy cooked up by the 19th century paleontologist and funded by museums to promote an anti-biblical worldwide view. This claim of the dinosaur hoax conspiracy theory challenges one modern scientist's most valued fields. In an age where truth is often debated, to understanding why claims like the dinosaur hoax persist is crucial. This speech will help us critically evaluate how science works and how misinformation spreads. By examining the real historical events these theories twist. Through extensive research into paleontological, historic, modern scientific methods, and the arguments used in conspiracy theorists, the facts are necessary to separate the scientific reality from fiction when they have been gathered. The dinosaur hoax's conspiracy theory is built on misunderstanding of how fossil science and peer review process function. It twists the genuine historical reveries and the scientific errors into evidence of a grand, coordinated deception that does not exist. The historical roots of theory is the Bone Wars, which will be explored. Genuine scientific misidentification, misinterpreted as fraud, will be examined. Though the overwhelming body of modern evidence that confirms dinosaurs were real will be reviewed. To understand the modern conspiracy, we will have to travel back to the more 1800s, where the very foundations of paleontology will be laid during this intense rivalry. Drama! So, the Bone Wars is a foundation of misunderstanding. So, the rivalry of Coop and Marsh. Edward Drinker Coop Edward Drinker Coop and Nathaniel Charles Marsh engaged in a fierce, lifelong bone wars, a rivalry to discover new species. Their public feud and sabotage, and the rush of public findings to create an atmosphere of controversy and mistrust, which is now twisted by the hoax proponents as proof of widespread fraud. So, going to the scientific errors and misidentified as fraud. In one of the famous instances, Cope mistakenly put a head of an Alismonsaurus on its tail. A genuine error quickly corrected by Marsh. A public humiliation used by a hoax theorist. Evidence of intentional deception. These historical errors are natural parts of a scientific process, where new data and peer review are correct initial mistakes and not evidence of deliberate hoax. Rivalries, the conspiracy relies heavily on misunderstandings of how fossils are found and reconstructed today. The reality of the fossils discovery and the hoax claims. The section would address claims that all bones are plaster cast, that only one person has found a T-Rex. Subpoints would explain that casts are used for museum displays, while real fossils are stored just for study. And countless individuals and teams have even confirmed discoveries across the globe. The final point of this conspiracy is the mountain of modern variable evidence and scientific concussions. Consensus, there we go. Ticks are awful. Alright, back to the thing. The overwhelming scientific consensus, modern science and verification. Techniques like CT scanning and molecular analysis of fossilized soft tissue. And geologically, dating have confirmed the age of authenticity of species beyond the 19th century doubt. Thousands of independent scientists across multiple countries and institutions verify each other's findings, making a more sustained global hoax impossible. A global record and not a museum plot. A global record. Whew. Dinosaur fossils are not unique to the US and Europe. They have been found on every continent, including Antarctica, by diverse populations and cultures. The sheer volume and consistency of evidence across the globe make a centralized hoax logistically absurd. In closing, the evidence for the existence of dinosaurs is the solid fossils themselves. The dinosaur hoax conspiracy is built on the misunderstanding of how fossil science and peer review process, twisting genuine historical rivalries and scientific errors into evidence, a grand coordinated deception. Yeah. All right. Sorry. A coordinated deception that simply does not exist. The Bone Wars provided a historical foundation for modern conspiracy theorists to twist an academic rivalry into fraud. The scientific process of errors and corrections misunderstood. As an intentional deceit, modern global scientific consensus firmly validates the existence of dinosaurs. The only hoax here isn't the bones in museums, but the idea that thousands of scientists across centuries and continents could maintain a lie this colossal. The truth, like the mighty T-Rex, stands on solid ground. And that is my magical speech. Yay!